Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And good evening and welcome to beautiful Kindred, North Dakota. We have Babe Ruth baseball for you. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening.
And this is our first broadcast of the summer as the Kindred Vikings, Kindred, North Dakota. We have the Babe Ruth team for you. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening.
Visiting Hankinson team. This is our first broadcast of the summer as the Kindred Vikings, Kindred, North Dakota. And we'll start with our starting lineups as the coaches are out in the field doing their meeting with the umpires. First for Hankinson, we'll start leading off in pitching as the coaches are out in the field. Number 11 will be Cannon Falk. He's the pitcher. Batting second will be Zane Hentz. He's in left field and wears number 10. Number 11 will be number 2, Damon Mauk, bats third. He's the catcher. Batting second will be batting cleanup. He's in left field. Is a shortstop. Number 10. Number 1, Jacob Wallach. And batting fifth is Gage Coomer. He's in center field and he wears number 7. Batting sixth and wearing number 25, playing over at third base, is Connor Mauk. Batting seventh and playing at first base is number 7, Camden Whaler. Batting eighth is number 11, Isaiah Hentz. He's out in right field. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Brock Anderson, and he wears number 55. So it's Cannon Falk, Zane Hentz, Damon Mauk, Jacob Wallach, Gage Coomer, Connor Mauk, Camden Whaler, Isaiah Hentz, and Brock Anderson. That's a team for Hankinson, and they're coached by Mr. Joel Prochnow and Oakley Maidenwald. Now the starting lineup for the Kindred Vikings. Batting first and playing in center field, number 1, Anders Huseman. Batting second and playing in right field, number 2, Cam Kittleson. Batting third and playing over at shortstop is number 11, Bristol Swanson. Batting fourth, the cleanup spot, is Sawyer Olson. He plays over at third base, wears number 44. Batting fifth, number 22, the first baseman, Everett Anderson. Batting sixth and playing at second base, number 4, Beckett Westby. Batting seventh and catching is Isaac Erickson. He wears number 7. Batting eighth, the designated hitter in number 20, Briar Gibbon. And batting ninth is a left fielder, number 25, Jet Johnson. And playing in the field will be Evan Olschlager. So it's Huseman, Kittleson, Swanson, Olson, Anderson, Westby, Erickson, Gibbon, Johnson. And Nick Eggman, the head coach for the Babe Ruth Ball Club. And again, Wendy, our first broadcast of the year. And we're getting ready to go here in just a minute. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back for Kindred Baseball and on yourliveevent.com.
Change by going to eliteautomotivecenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back getting ready to get started with a Babe Ruth baseball game here in Kindred. Evan Olschlager will take the mound for the Kindred Vikings, his catcher. Number 7, Isaac Erickson. That'll be the battery. He'll face a lineup for Hankinson, Cannon Falk, Zane Hentz, and Damon Mauk in the top of the first inning. First broadcast of the year. Just getting started.
Getting a few kinks out this year.
Yeah. The umpires for tonight's ball game. Looks like Josh Michelson will be behind home plate and John Ethan out on the base pass. Thank you, gentlemen, for umpiring our baseball games tonight. Beautiful day in Kindred. The wind blowing in from left field. Pretty strong winds today. A lot of wind gusts, and getting ready for our 6 p.m. start. Number 19, Evan Olschlager, of course, getting his first start of the season. Coaches for Hankinson, coaching over at third base is Mr. Joel Prochnow, and over at first base is Oakley Maidenwald. Fun fact, Wendy, Joel Prochnow, the head coach for Hankinson, I played against him in high school. He played for Wahpeton. I played for Breckenridge, and we played against each other for many years. Cannon Falk, the pitcher, leads it off. He wears number 11, right-handed batter. Olschlager pitches out of the stretch, swing and a miss on the first pitch of the year. 6 o'clock on the nose. Game time. 0-1 the count. Just getting started. Here's the pitch. Off speed, down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's a pitch from number 19. Swing and a miss again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the count. Again, Olschlager pitches out of the stretch all the time. And here's a pitch, swinging a foul ball back out of play. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of course, the concession stand open again, and lots of cheeseburgers and hot dogs and good stuff down there. Breaking ball over for strike 3, and Cannon Falk goes down on strikes. Out number 1, and that'll bring up the left fielder, number 10, Zane Hentz. Also a right-handed hitter. And here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Yeah, I have heard that they have printed up all new menus for the season.
There's a little looper down the right field line, but it's going to drift foul. The wind blowing strong in from left field, and I think that one was pushed foul. Might have been trouble had it stayed fair. But the count rolls along at no balls and 2 strikes. A lot of baseball to be played this summer. We'll be broadcasting some Babe Ruth baseball games, Legion A, Legion B. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of robins and other sorts of birds flying around the ballpark. There must be a nest up there. Here's a pitch. Called strike 3, 2 strikeouts in a row for Olschlager. And that'll bring up Damon Mauck, the catcher. Mauck, big right-handed hitter, takes the first pitch in for a ball. 1-0 the count. And here's a pitch. Swing and a ground ball over towards third. That's Mauck. He's got it. Fires across the diamond in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first inning. Kindred Vikings, Babe Ruth Ball Club coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Kindred Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning, get their first ups of the season. They'll bring up Anders Huseman, Cam Kittleson, and Bristol Swanson to face a right-handed pitcher, Cannon Falk. As Hankinson's getting their players organized as the catcher struck out to end the inning, so he had to have somebody come out and pinch catch for him while he put on his gear. But he looks like he's ready to rock now, and Cannon Falk is taking his warm-up pitches. Looks like another pitcher that is going to throw strictly out of the stretch. Cannon Falk, the pitcher, his catcher, Damon Mauck. So Anders Huseman will step to the plate. Anders, a strong right-handed hitter, plays in center field. Evan Olschlager for the Vikings. A quick 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts in the top of the first. And Anders Huseman steps to the plate. And the pitch, off speed, misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. Olschlager threw 11 pitches in that first inning. And here's a 1-0 pitch. Off speed, goes over for a strike. Love bringing you baseball on yourliveevent.com. It's always a beautiful day for some baseball. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Off speed, popped in the air, foul, and it's going to drift out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hits the top of the grandstand, makes a lot of noise.
A few of the fans kind of startled.
Being under there and hearing a foul ball, it is incredibly loud. Startling. Actually, Falk does throw from the complete windup. Here's the 1-2. It's a off-speed, misses upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a 2-2 set and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Huseman went out of the zone, went after one up high and strikes out. One down, that'll bring up Cam Kittleson, left-handed hitter, playing out in right field. Cam wears number 2. And here's the set and the pitch from Falk. Way out and up. 1 ball, no strikes. Bristol Swanson awaits on deck. And here's a 1-0 delivery. Off speed is over for a strike. Got the same crew as always up here. Paul Quislin doing the PA announcing, and Dan Nathan diligently running music and the scoreboard. Here's a pitch over for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch from Falk. Swing and a high pop fly on the right side of the infield. Hentz is underneath it. He'll make the catch. Stumbles a little bit, but puts it away. And there's 2 down. Pop up to the second baseman. Wendy and I, before the game, decided to sharpen about 30 pencils. As I go through a lot of them. Here's a line drive, base hit into left field on the first pitch to Bristol Swanson, the shortstop. And he laces a single for the first hit of the year for this Babe Ruth ball club.
Dug through every junk drawer and found every manual pencil sharpener we had for you.
Some have erasers, some do not. Some are damaged heavily. But we'll make do.
Yeah, all the teachers just cleared out their desk drawers. I bet they have a few erasers in the bottom of that drawer I could find you.
Well, Falk went to pitch, and then Bristol Swanson took off from first base to steal second base, and he took off and got a very good jump. In fact, Falk wound up having a balk as he just paused his swing. Here's a foul ball back out of play. Sawyer Olson is the batter. He's playing over at third base. Sawyer Olson, number 44, right-handed hitter, has a runner in second base, in Bristol Swanson after a single and a balk sends him to second base. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Off speed, misses away. Swanson's going to steal third. He got another great jump. So stolen base for Swanson. He doesn't get credit for the stolen base of second because the balk was called and he never threw a pitch. Here's a pitch, swinging a little looper down the right field line, going to drift foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everett Anderson is on deck, should Olson reach. Here's a pitch from the right-hander, off speed, down in the dirt. This is going to score a run. Gets away, it's going to be a wild pitch, and Swanson scampers home. So a single. He gets to second on a balk, steals third, and scores on a wild pitch. I would say that's manufacturing a run. So the Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0. Bottom of the first. And here's the pitch. Outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 15 pitches now for the right-hander. Cannon Falk. And here's a payoff delivery. Off speed, misses up high, and he walked him. That'll bring up Everett Anderson. Everett Anderson, the batter. And the pitch out, called for a strike, throw down to second base, and Olson steals second base easily. And it's an 0-1 count to the right-handed hitter, Everett Anderson. And here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Everett Anderson with a big old hack. Comes up empty, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Just side note, we are having some technical issues, and we are working on them.
And here's the 0-2. Off speed, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. And for the Vikings in the bottom of the first inning, they do come up with a run after manufacturing one. And the Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back. Evan Olschlager back out of the mound for the Vikings. He has a 1-1 count on the batter, Jacob Wallach. And here's a little ground ball back to the pitcher. Olschlager has it, flips on over to first base, and Anderson is there for the out. And it's a 1-3 putout for the first out of the inning. Top of the second inning, Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0. And Olschlager, first pitch, ground ball out towards shortstop. Swanson has it, fires on over to Anderson in time for the out. It's a 6-3 put out, and there's 2 away. Another quick inning so far for Olschlager. He threw only 11 pitches in that first inning. Now he's throwing 4 and has gotten 2 outs in the top of the second inning, and that'll bring up Connor Mount. Third baseman, little looper out into shallow left, and Bristol Swanson goes out there and casually makes the catch. And it's a very quick 5-pitch inning in the top of the second inning for Hankinson. They go down 1-2-3 once again, and after 1.5 innings, Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0, and they're coming to bat in the bottom of the second on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the RJ Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
You're along with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Here's a ground ball pounded out by Beckett Westby. Long throw to first base is in time. Beckett Westby had a 1-1 count, I believe, and hit a ground ball out to the shortstop, Wallach, and he throws over to Whaler over at first base in time for the out. And Beckett Westby grounds out for the first out in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Westby, Erickson, Gibbon. So stepping to the plate now is Isaac Erickson, the catcher. Left-handed hitter wears number 7, takes ball 1 from the right-handed pitcher, Cannon Falk. It's a 1-0 ball game. Kindred Vikings leading over Hankinson, bottom of the second inning. And the 1-0 pitch is grounded right back to the pitcher. Falk has it, throws over to Whaler in time, and quickly 2 down. Both pitchers kind of getting outs very quickly. For the second inning in a row, Falk has gotten the first 2 batters out. And he'll face Briar Gibbon, the designated hitter. Ground ball out towards short, and it's through the wickets and into center field. And Gibbon reaches on an error by the shortstop. First error of the ball game for either team. And that'll get to Jet Johnson, the left fielder. Falk looks over at Jet, over at first base. He takes off. The pitch is outside for a ball. Throw down to second base is not in time. And Briar Gibbon sort of slides into second base. He's got himself a stolen base.
And we should let people know that the score is 1-0. Little technical issues, but we're working them out behind the scenes.
Here's a ground ball chopped foul by Jet Johnson. 1 ball and 1 strike to him, right-handed hitter. Top of the order in Anders Huseman on deck. As the umpire and the catcher work on getting a new baseball out to the pitcher. 1-1 the count. And here's a pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Falk looks back at second base, kicks in, fires, swinging a hard hit ground ball out to Wallach at short. He'll throw on over to first base. And in time for the out. It's a 6-3 putout. Third out of the inning. Vikings do get 1 runner left aboard after reaching on the error. And after 2 innings, it's a 1-0 lead for the Kindred Vikings over Hankinson on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Evan Olschlager still on the mound for the Kindred Vikings. His first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed by the batter, Camden Whaler. He's the first baseman. He'll be followed by Isaiah Hentz and Brock Anderson. Here's a pitch, swing and a little foul ball towards the dugout of the Kindred Vikings. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2 delivery from Evan. Swinging a line drive out into center field. That's down for a base hit. First hit of the game for Hankinson. An 0-2 fastball. And Whaler took advantage and laced it out into center field for a hit. That'll bring up Isaiah Hentz. He's a right fielder.
And our scoreboard is up and working. Woo!
Woo! Little ground ball chopped out in front of the plate. Olschlager fields it, fires on to first base. Nice job by Anderson of switching his feet around and recording the out. It's a sacrifice bunt for Isaiah Hentz. Nice. Well, it wasn't a sacrifice bunt. It was just a ground ball, so I guess we'll just call it a ground ball 1-3 put out for the first out. It acted like a bunt and got the job done. Here's a ground ball chopped up the line. Foul, Joel Prochnow. Fields it, flips on over to Olson to give it back to the pitcher. Brock Anderson, the batter, wears number 55, plays at second base. Whaler did move up to second base on the play. So runner at second base with one out. Here's a pitch, swinging a looper out into center field. Huseman's got it. And they're going to pick off Whaler at second base. It's a inning double play.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated. So you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back, everybody.
Kindred Vikings will send Anders Huseman, Cam Kittleson, and Bristol Swanson to the plate against a right-hander, Cannon Falk. First pitch to Huseman is fouled back, strike one. And the pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Huseman's 0 for 1. He struck out to lead off the first inning. Vikings batting, bottom of the third. Here's a pitch. Down in the dirt. Or turf. No more dirt here at Kindred Field. At home plate anyway. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the set, and here's the pitch. Over for strike 3. And Huseman, for the second time, goes down on strikes. 3 strikeouts now for Cannon Falk. Cam Kittleson will be the batter. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to second base his first time up. And here's a pitch. Outside, ball 1. Cam Kittleson way up in the batter's box. His right foot is nearly touching the front line. And here's a pitch. Over for a strike. 33 pitches now for the right-hander. And here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch. Swinging a hard ground ball right back to the pitcher. Falk knocks it down, throws on over to first base, and records that out. Two down quickly. Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0. Bottom of the third inning. Here's Bristol Swanson. He scored that one run. Here's a pitch, outside, ball one. He had a line drive single to left, reached second base on a balk, stole third base, and scored on a wild pitch. Here's a 1-0 pitch, off speed, in there for a strike. Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening.
YourLiveEvent.com. What a great service this is. Here's a 1-1 pitch, outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, it's almost like a new season of baseball. We just finished the high school baseball. They were due out at the state tournament. We just wrapped that up, and now we're here.
2 balls and 1 strike. Foul pop back in foul territory. The catcher, Damon Mount, goes back and makes a nice catch to end the inning, and it's a nice, crisp 1-2-3 inning for Falk. In the bottom of the third inning, after 1, Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0 on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Kindred Vikings baseball.
And how about the efficiency for Evan Olschlager? Through 3 innings of work, he's thrown 22 pitches. And the first pitch to the other pitcher is Cannon Falk. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Top of the 4th inning, Vikings lead it by a score of 1-0. And here's a pitch, outside, ball 1.
So I should mention, too, we talked about high school baseball finishing at state. They are the runner-up. Played all the way, won against Deslac and then Velva, and then finished up against Park River on a rainy, drizzly, delayed game. It was a lot of fun out there. It doesn't sound fun, but it was a lot of fun. And the girls softball too. So two teams out there together. And they are both runner-ups.
Yeah, it was quite the weekend.
It was. Felt like a really, really long time we were out there, but just a couple days.
Here's a swing and a miss, missed by the catcher, Erickson, and he'll throw him out at first base and record the strikeout. Second time that Falk has gone down on strikes. So it's a 2-3 put out on the strikeout, first out of the inning. Strikeout number 3 for Evan. And here's a pitch to Zane Hentz. He struck out looking back at the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. First pitch to him is over for a strike. And the pitch down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the set, and here's a pitch, swing, and a miss. Home plate umpire Josh Michelson said he went around. And here's a 1-2 set on the pitch. Swinging a ground ball out towards third. Olson will have it go into left field, and it'll be an error. As Zane Hentz reaches. Runner on first, 1 down. First error of the game for the Vikings. And the pitch from Olschlager is down low. And Erickson can't block this one. And Zane Hintz will scamper down to second base on the wild pitch. Ball's in the dirt. Ball one to the right-handed hitter, Damon Mount. He grounded out to third his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beautiful day. Again, the wind blowing in hard from left field. And here's a 1-1 set. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like a breaking ball. One ball and 2 strikes. Jacob Wallach is on deck for Hankinson. And here's the set, and here's the pitch, down low. And this ball's not able to be blocked, and throw down to third base will not be in time. It'll be another wild pitch as Hentz moves up to third base. 2 balls and 2 strikes a count. Runner on third, 1 out. And just as I talked about efficiency, Olschlager having a little bit of difficulty throwing strikes. And here's a pitch. That one's in there for a strike and records the second out of the inning as Mount goes down looking. 4 strikeouts now for Evan Olschlager. And there's 2 away. Jacob Wallach steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Swings and misses here. Gage Coomer is on deck. 1-0 lead for the Vikings, trying to maintain that lead. Swing and a miss again. No balls and 2 strikes. Evan up to 38 pitches now. And here's the 17th pitch of that inning. Off speed, called, strike 3, and he works out of it, and he strikes out the side. In the top of the 4th inning for Hankinson, they do get a runner on an error, but Olschlager strikes out the side, and we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Vikings leading it by a score of 1-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back, everybody, to Babe Ruth Baseball here in Kindred.
We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Kindred Vikings leading by a score of 1-0. Sawyer Olson, Everett Anderson, and Beckett Westby will bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes Sawyer Olson. He walked his first time up, stole second, but was stranded at second base. Here's a pitch, ball up high, 1-0 the count. Cannon Falk, the pitcher, kicks in, fires up high, 2 balls and no strikes. 41 pitches now for Falk. And here's a 2-0 set, and the pitch outside, 3 balls and no strikes. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Hankinson, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error for Kindred. And here's a pitch, swing and a miss. 3 balls and a strike. Sawyer Olson, right-handed hitter, takes outside, and he draws his second walk of the ball game. He's a threat to steal. Already has a steal of second base this game. Brings up Everett Anderson. Anderson struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. That ended the first inning. Vikings got the run on a wild pitch, scoring Swanson in the first. Here's a pitch, way up high, throw down to second base. Olson steals second base again. His second steal of the game. Beckett Westby awaits on deck.
Yes, after the game, stick around. We will have the Enbridge player of the game, the HTC connection of the game, and the precision play of the game, courtesy of Agassiz Precision Ag.
And here's a pitch. It's up high. 2 balls and no strikes to the right-handed hitter, Everett Anderson. Falk kicks and fires. That one's outside as well. 3 balls and no strikes. And here's a 3-0 set. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. Falk has it. He'll throw on over to first base. 2 batters in a row swinging at a 3-0 count. This time, Anderson grounds out to the pitcher. It does move Olson over to third base. So it's a 1-3 put out, and there's 1 away.
Take a moment to tie our shoes on third base. Lace them up.
And here's a set by Falk. Beckett Westby is the batter. He grounded out to short his first time up, takes a strike. Isaac Erickson is on deck. Vikings trying to extend that lead. Here's a pitch. Swinging a little looper out towards short. Wallach has it. He'll make the catch, and it looks like Anderson, I don't know if he tripped over second base or the dirt monster out there or something, but he's having a little bit of a chuckle with himself and talking to Wallach. He took a spill and landed in the dirt. Got his back all dirty. But they recorded the out on the pop-up. Pop-up to the shortstop, second out. And Isaac Erickson, the batter. First pitch misses for the ball. Isaac Erickson is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And here's the pitch. In there for a strike. .52 pitches now for the right-hander, Falk. And the pitch. Swinging and laced into left center field. That's going to be down for a hit. And the Vikings take a 2-0 lead as Olson scampers across home plate. And Isaac Erickson has himself an RBI single. To left center field. Jager Jordheim will come out to courtesy run for the catcher. 2-0 lead for the Kindred Vikings. Briar Gibbons steps to the plate. He reached on an error in the second inning and extended that inning for the time being. Later stole a base, but he was stranded on second base. Steps to the plate. Runner goes, pitches a ball. He does not go, so Jager Jorheim, I heard he's going. I couldn't see him.
He got quite a ways, and then he just made a different decision.
So he stays put. This time he takes off. The pitch is a strike. Throw down to second base. Is not in time. And it's a stolen base for Jager Jordheim. One and one the count to Briar Gibbon. Jet Johnson awaits on deck. Here's the pitch. Briar wanted to take a hack at that one, but he left it upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's a pitch, way up. 3 balls and a strike. Here's a 3-1 set and the pitch. That one's down low, and Briar Gibbon draws a walk. Runners at first and second. 1 run already crossed in this 4th inning. It's a 2-0 lead for the Kindred Vikings. Jet Johnson steps to the plate. He grounded out to short to end the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Here's a pitch, swinging a ground ball towards the hole. Shortstop has it, kicks it a little bit. Throw on to first base is not going to be in time. That's going to be another error for Hankinson. E6 on Wallach, and that'll load the bases. 2 errors now for Hankinson. And back to the top of the order in Anders Huseman. Huseman is 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the first and looking in the third. Powerful right-handed hitter. Here's a pitch. Swinging and a foul at the plate. Strike one. 60 pitches now for Connor Falk. Falk lets that third and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like a slow breaking ball. No balls and 2 strikes to Anders Huseman. Cam Kittleson awaits on deck. And here's a set, and here's the pitch. Off speed, over for strike 3, and Huseman goes down looking. To end the fourth. So the Vikings do come up with a run in the bottom of the 4th inning and take a 2-0 lead. We head to the top of the 5th on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota.
Welcome back, everybody.
Nice play by the third baseman, Olson. Gage Coomer was the batter. Hit a little ground ball. Shallow third base. Olson charged, barehanded it, threw him out over at first base, and Coomer is down for the first out of the inning in the top of the 5th for Hankinson. It's a 5-3 putout, and there's one away. Connor Mauck, the batter, takes ball one. He popped up to the shortstop his first time up, swings and laces one into center field. Anders Huseman races over, makes a catch, makes it look easy, but Connor Mauck gave that one a ride. He hit it hard out to center field. 4 sit down in a row for Evan Olschlager. 43 pitches now with 2 outs, top of the 5th inning.
And we do have somebody on the back end trying to check on our video here.
Swing and a miss for Camden Whaler. He singled to lead off the 3rd. Ground ball over towards 3rd. Olson has it, fires onto first base in time for the out. A quick 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 5th. And the Kindred Vikings will come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading by a score of 2-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back, everybody.
Connor Falk taking his warm-up pitches. In the bottom of the fifth, he'll face Cam Kittleson, Bristol Swanson, and Sawyer Olson for the Vikings.
They just finished a happy rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and Hankinson's center fielder, happy guy, skipping out there and dancing out to the outfield, enjoying his evening of baseball.
Cam Kittleson, the batter, he's 0 for 2, popped up and grounded out. First pitch to him is over for a strike. Kindred Vikings lead this one by a score of 2-0 over Hankinson. And here's the 0-1 delivery. Outside, ball 1. 64 pitches now for Connor Falk. And here's a pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Steady wind blowing out. Now it's kind of blowing out from the left field foul pole to the right field foul pole, so it'll carry out to right pretty well. Here's a pitch outside, 3 balls and a strike. And here's the 3-1 set and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball chopped up the first baseline, foul. Full count. First game of the year for the Vikings. And here's a 3-2 set and the pitch. Swing and a foul ball back out of play. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch from number 11. Outside, he walked him. The Vikings have their leadoff man aboard for the second inning in a row based off of a walk. That's a 4th walk now for Falk. And he'll face Bristol Swanson. He's 1 for 2. He singled, scored a run, and popped out to the catcher. Here's a pitch, down low. Runner goes. Cam Kittleson steals second base. So runner in scoring position with a 1 ball and no strike count on the right-handed hitter, Bristol Swanson. Swing and a miss at the plate. Actually, they're going to call it a foul ball. Looks like he got a small piece of it. So Kittleson was stealing on the pitch. He'll have to go back to third. Or second base, I'd say. Should say. 1-1 the count to Bristol Swanson. And here's a 1-1 set and the pitch. Fastball down low and in the dirt. And Kittleson is going to scamper down to third. He'll get credit for a stolen base. He was off on the pitch. And here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball chopped into left field. That's going to be a base hit and an RBI for the right-handed hitter, Bristol Swanson. Kittleson scores, making it 3-0 in favor of your midcast Babe Ruth Kindred Vikings. 3rd hit of the ball game for the Vikes. That didn't sound right. I didn't like that. Calling them the Vikes. I think I'm going to stick with Vikings.
Yeah.
First pitch to Sawyer Olson is wild. It's a ball, and Swanson moves it down to second base on the wild pitch. Swinging a high pop fly foul, out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sawyer Olson has walked twice. He's stolen 2 bases today, and he scored 1 run. Trying to extend this 3-0 lead, and the pitch. It's up high. 2 balls and a strike. Grew up watching the Minnesota Vikings, calling them the Vikes all the time. It just didn't sound right for the Kindred Vikes. I don't know. Stick with the Vikings. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a line drive out towards the shortstop Wallach. He's got it on a bounce, throws over to first base in time. And it's a 6-3 putout for the first out of the inning. And Swanson does move up to third base on the play. Swanson read that one well. It was out in front of him. Wallach fielded it, threw on to first base, recorded the out. And here's a pitch, swing and a miss by Everett Anderson. Anderson is 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, grounded out to the pitcher in the fourth. Falk has 78 pitches now. And here's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. We will carry the second game of this doubleheader tonight. And here's the pitch. It's outside, 2 balls and a strike. Beckett Westby is on deck. And here's the set, and here's the pitch. Down low. Three balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitter. And the pitch. Swing and a ground ball over towards second base. This will get the run home. Anderson throws it over to Whaler to record the out. It's a 4-3 putout. Second out of the inning. It is an RBI for Everett Anderson as Bristol Swanson comes across to score. Second time that Bristol has scored today, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Vikings. First pitch is over to Beckett Westby, strike 1. Westby is 0 for 2. He grounded out to short and popped out to short. 0-1 the count. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count to the right-handed hitter, Beckett Westby. Isaac Erickson awaits on deck. And that got him. Beckett Westby on an 0-2 count gets hit by a pitch. And he'll reach first base with that 2 outs. 2 runs across here in the bottom of the 5th for the Vikings. Isaac Erickson steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He grounded out to the pitcher and had an RBI single back in the 4th. Runner goes, pitches inside. It's going to get away from the catcher. Westby was going on the pitch, so he'll get credit for a stolen base. Four to 0 lead, Kindred Vikings on top of Hankinson. And here's a pitch, off speed, chopped back to the pitcher. Falk has it. Throws on to Whaler over at first base to record the out. And it's a 1-3 putout. But first, the Vikings come up with a couple of runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and take a 4-0 lead. We head to the top of the 6th on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball.
Evan Olschlager on the mound in the top of the 6th inning, facing the 8-9-1 hitters for Hankinson. It'll be Isaiah Hintz, Brock Anderson, and Cannon Falk. Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 4-0. It's no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Hankinson, and 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Kindred Vikings. Olschlager has thrown just 45 pitches through 5 innings. And here's the set and the pitch. It's a ball. One and 0 the count. And here's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Olschlager has it, throws over to first base in time for the out, and it's a 1-3 putout. And very quickly there's one away. Olschlager has set down 6 in a row. That'll bring up Brock Anderson. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, he was at the plate, and there was a fly ball into center field, and they wound up doubling up Camden Whaler at second base. First pitch is over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Brock Anderson. That ended the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 set and the pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. And quickly there's 2 down. 6 strikeouts now for Evan Olschlager. And he's only thrown 51 pitches. And back to the top of the order for Hankinson. Cannon Falk swings and misses strike 1. Falk has gone down on strikes twice. Once looking, once swinging. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And here's the 0-2 set. And the pitch, swing and a pop-up foul. It's over towards the third base dugout, and it's going to be on top of the third base dugout. And the count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2. Off speed, misses away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Olschlager throwing out of the stretch. Here's a 1-2, breaking ball over for strike 3, and another 1-2-3 inning.
Evan was sure about that when he started walking to his dugout before it was even called, I think.
Absolutely. So for Hankinson in the top of the 6th inning, they go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Vikings lead it by a score of 4-0 on yourliveevent.com.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner 3. Good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Babe Ruth Baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Kindred Vikings leading it by a score of 4-0. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Vikings. And we got ourselves a new pitcher. Just noticed just now. Connor Falk will leave the ball game. Falk had a decent ball game. He threw 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walked 4 and struck out 4, and now they'll bring in the left-handed pitcher. They have a number of number 7s. Camden Whaler, the first baseman, comes in. to pitch. I'm not sure where Falk went, but looks like number 26 is out playing first base. It's 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Vikings. Briar Gibbon, Jet Johnson, and Anders Huseman. Here's the 0-1 set and the pitch. Off speed, misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gibbon is 0 for 1. He reached on an error and walked. Camden Whaler into the ball game. Pitch to Gibbon, misses for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Down at his feet, Briar practicing his 2-step there.
And here's a pitch, misses out, 3 balls and 1 strike. And here's the set and the pitch, off speed, in there for a strike. Evens up the count. Well, it makes the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jet Johnson awaits on deck. And here's a pitch, way outside. And Gibbon draws the walk. Jet Johnson steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out to the shortstop and reached on an error by the shortstop. And the pitch, outside. Ball 1. Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening.
Bringing you Babe Ruth baseball on yourliveevent.com. Here's a pitch, high fly ball into left field. Hentz is out there. He's going to let it fall in there. They might have a play at second base. Here's the throw into second base. It's not going to be in time. We're going to have to give Jet Johnson a base hit on that. I think the wind played a lot into that play. The wind is blowing in hard from left field. Hentz thought he had it measured, but the wind kept pushing it towards the infield, and it fell short. Drops in there for a base hit for Jet Johnson. Swinging the foul by Anders Huseman. Huseman, the leadoff batter. So back to the top of the order. Huseman is 0 for 3. He struck out 3 times. Fouls off the first one. It's an 0-1 count. And here's a pitch from Whaler, way upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cam Kittleson awaits on deck. So Falk, the starting pitcher for Hankinson, ended up throwing 88 pitches. And again, the 5 innings, 3 hits allowed, 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. A lot of 4s there. 2-1 the count to the right-handed hitter, Anders Huseman. And the pitch, outside and high again, 3 balls and a strike. 4 hits now for Kindred after Jet Johnson lobs one into left field. And here's a 3-1 pitch, swing and a foul at the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Nick Eggman coaching over at third base. And here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Anders Huseman goes down on strikes for the 4th time tonight. Whaler's first strikeout. Cam Kittleson will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He popped out, grounded out, walked in the 5th inning, and came around to score after stealing a couple of bases. Line drive into right center field. That's down for a hit. This will score at least 1 run. It's going to go all the way towards the fence. This will score 2 runs. Gibbon scores. Jet Johnson scores. Kittleson will stop at third base with a 2-run triple. And the Vikings lead it by a score of 6-0. A big 1-out, 2-run triple for the left-handed hitter, Cam Kittleson. 6-0 lead for the Vikings. First pitch to Bristol Swanson is outside, ball 1. Swanson is 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored and a run batted in. A couple of singles. Takes ball 2. Sawyer Olson awaits on deck. Just one out. Runner on third base. 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul chopped up the first baseline. It trickles foul. Strike 1. Two balls and a strike. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul chopped at the plate again. Looks like it came up and hit Swanson in the batter's box. So it's a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2 set and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Swanson. He goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Looks like he extended the strike zone a little bit. That brings up Sawyer Olson. Olson is 0 for 1. He's walked twice, scored a run. Has a couple of steals. Grounded out in the 5th. Takes ball 1. Everett Anderson awaits on deck. Here's a little ground ball chopped out towards the pitcher, and he tries to throw it home. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be an infield single, RBI single for Olson. To Whaler's credit, that's the only play he had. It was a little dribbler out up the third base line. He just tried to lob it home. No chance to get the runner, Cam Kittleson, coming home, but he also didn't have a chance to get him at first base, so he thought he would try to get that out at the plate. Strike 1 to Everett Anderson. So Kittleson scores, making it a 7-0 ball game for the Vikings. And here's a pitch inside. Olson scampers down to second base. He's got his 3rd stolen base of the ball game. Lefty kicks and fires. Ball 2 outside. 2 balls and a strike. Beckett Westby is on deck. Here's a 2-1 pitch, way up high. 3 balls and a strike. Seven-0 lead for the Vikings. Here's Whaler's pitch. Inside, he walked him. Everett Anderson draws the walk. Beckett Westby steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out, popped out, and was hit by a pitch. Swing and a foul ball, strike 1. Left-handed pitcher, Camden Whaler on the mound. And here's a pitch, swing and a ground ball, chopped out into right field for a base hit. This should score a run. Olson around third, he's coming to score. Everett Anderson makes it all the way to third. So Olson scores, making it 8-0, an RBI single for Beckett Westby. Seven hits now for the Vikings, and the 8 runs. And that'll bring up Isaac Erickson. Isaac, when he hasn't grounded out to the pitcher, he gets hits. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd, RBI single in the 4th, grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. Here's a 1-0 pitch. It's going to get away. This should score a run. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time. Gets away from the pitcher. So Anderson scores on the wild pitch. That makes it 9-0. And the 10-run rule could be in effect here. If the Vikings score 1 more run this inning, the ball game should be over. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. Westby's going to try to make it into third, and he will get there. Advances on the wild pitch. So essentially the walk-off run is on third base. 2-1 the count to Isaac Erickson. Vikings have batted around this inning. Ball 3 to Erickson. Erickson being the 9th hitter to come to bat in the 6th inning. And here's a pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hard hit, foul down the first base line. Briar Gibbon is on deck. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Hankinson. Kindred Vikings 9 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. And here's a pitch. Swinging a pop-up down the third base line. And the ball's going to be caught, and that'll end the 6th inning. But the Vikings come up with 5 big runs. A 2-run triple by Cam Kittleson, capping that inning off, and the Vikings lead it 9-0 after 6 innings. Hankinson with their last ups coming to bat in the top of the 7th on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball in Kindred, everybody.
We head to the top of the 7th inning. Kindred Vikings lead it by a score of 9-0. Evan Olschlager on the mound for the Vikings. He'll face a 2-3-4 hitters for Hankinson. Swing and a miss by the 2-hitter, Zane Hentz. He's a left fielder. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and reached on an error. Next pitch to him is fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 58 coming from Olschlager. And the pitch, and I'm up here with a bunch of math teachers, Paul Quislin, but he's averaging less than 10 pitches an inning. I got the thumbs up from Dan Nathan, so I think I'm good. Here's a 1-2 pitch, grounded out towards short. Fielded by the shortstop. Bristol Swanson throws on to first base. Over to Everett Anderson in time for a 6-3 putout. And there's 1 away. Nine in a row set down by the right-hander, Evan Olschlager. Swing and a miss by the catcher, Damon Mauk. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out and struck out. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive down for a base hit into right field. Damon Mauk lines a single into right field. 2 hits now for Hankinson. And that'll bring up Jacob Wallach. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out and struck out. Runner on first, 1 down. Evan Olschlager has gone the distance for the Vikings. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes, throw down to second base, will not be in time. Down by 9 runs in the 7th, and Mauk steals second base. 0-1 the count. And here's the 0-1 set, and the pitch, swinging a ground ball, chopped out towards third and through the wickets for Olson. And into left field, that'll be an error for Olson. The second one of the game for him, and that puts runners at first and third base with the one out. Center fielder number 7, Gage Coomer, steps to the plate. He's grounded out a couple of times. He's 0 for 2. Runners at first and third with one out. And here's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Olschlager looking into the dugout, getting some signs from Coach Nick Eggman. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Bunt attempt. He went around, and it's strike two. So Gage Coomer showing bunt. Tried to get it down. Hankinson just trying to scratch a run across here. And here's the 0-2 as Olschlager steps off. These runs essentially don't matter, but if you're Evan Olschlager, you don't want him to score. You kind of want that shutout. And when I say kind of want that shutout, and he's thrown out. He picked him off over at first base. Jacob Wallach is picked off at first base, and there's 2 outs. So it's a pickoff, 1-3 the put out, and there's 2 outs. And if you're Joel Prochnow, the head coach for Hankinson, you got to say the run doesn't matter out on the base paths, and so you just want your hitter to try to get on base to kind of chip away at this lead. Here's a pitch. It's fouled back out of play. The count is 0-2. And here's a pitch. Off-speed swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the ball game is over. The Kindred Vikings win their first game of the year by a score of 9-0. As Evan Olschlager goes the distance and does get that shutout, and the Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 9-0. And we'll take a break, and we'll come back and recap the game, and we'll have some interviews for you on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. your information stations. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Babe Ruth Baseball, and we are just going to recap a little bit of that last game with the player of the game, courtesy of Enbridge. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities.
And it was pretty much unanimous up here in the press box anyway. Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 9-0. Evan Olschlager averaged less than 10 pitches an inning. He threw 67 pitches en route to a 2-hit shutout. He goes 7 innings, allows 3 hits, throws the shutout, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. So Evan Olschlager, our player of the game.
Yeah, he did very well tonight, very well. Very decisive on the mound. Picks
up the win for his team, and man, just threw a beautiful game. He picked off a runner in that 7th inning, and just threw a great game. No walks allowed and struck out 8.
Next up, the HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead telephone. It's how to connect. Halstead.com.
For that one, we're going to go with Bristol Swanson. He went 2 for 4 in the ball game, but he scored that ever-important first run of the ball game. He singled, got to second base on a box, stole third, and reached home on a wild pitch. And he later had an RBI single and scored a run as well. That was back in the 5th inning. So a 2 for 4 performance with 2 runs scored and a run batted in for Bristol Swanson. So he's our connection of the game.
And last but not least, the Agassiz Precision Ag Precision Play of the Game. Your local precision planting dealer, Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
That goes to Cam Kittleson in the bottom of the 6th inning. He comes up to the plate, leading by 4 runs. It's a 4-0 ball game, and he laces a 2-run triple into right center field. Scores a couple of runs on that play, later comes around to score himself. So the play of the game, that 2-run triple by Cam Kittleson.
And the fun is not over because we have another game coming up.
Absolutely. We'll have game 2 of this doubleheader versus Hankinson. The Kindred Vikings win this first one by a score of 9-0.
And we'll be back with game 2 after they get the field reset. Stick around.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hankinson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball. We are just getting Game 2 underway.
There's a runner on second base. Brock Anderson, number 55, is the batter. And here's a pitch from Bristol Swanson, swung on and missed. Three balls and two strikes to the right-handed pitcher, or right-handed hitter, I should say. Bristol Swanson is a right-handed pitcher. Pitching with a runner on second base, and the pitch is down low. We walk him. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out. And here's a pitch. It's outside, ball one. Runners at first and second. Second game of a doubleheader. Kindred Vikings win the first one by a score of 9-0. Against Hankinson, Damon Mauk, the batter. And the pitch is down low and in the dirt. Skips away from the catcher, and that'll move the runners up.
And I should acknowledge we are still having some technical difficulties, but the guys behind the scenes are working on that. So we'll be doing our best here, first game out of the season.
Here's a 2-0 set in. The pitch from Swanson is down low. 3 balls and no strikes to Damon Mauk. Runners on second and third. We're just getting started in the second game. It's 0-0, but Hankinson threatening with the runners on second and third and nobody out. And the pitch down low. He walked him. Bases are loaded. Bristol Swanson throwing to his battery mate, Briar Gibbon. And here's a pitch from Bristol. Down low, ball one. Number 25, Connor Mauk, the batter. We hadn't gotten a lineup as of yet. Here's a 1-0 pitch, down low. Andrew Olson is on at third base. Brock Anderson at second, and Connor Mount over at first. Bases loaded, or Damon Mount, I should say. Connor Mount is at the bat. And here's a 3-0 pitch over for a strike. 3 balls and a strike. Bristol Swanson wears number 11, has a 3-1 count. Hankinson threatening to take the early lead. And here's a 3-1 set, and the pitch, swinging a ground ball, chopped over on the right side. Throw to the plate is going to be in time. It's going to be a fielder's choice, as Connor Mauck will reach on the fielder's choice. Damon Mauck moves up to second, Brock Anderson to third, and Andrew is out at the plate on the fielder's choice. Andrew Olson is forced out at the plate for out number 1. So nothing scored so far. And that'll bring up I thought it was Camden Whaler, but that doesn't look like him.
25, maybe?
Yeah. And here's a 1-1 count, and the pitch way outside. Camden Whaler, the batter. He's going to pitch in today's ballgame. Here's a 1-1 set by Bristol Swanson.
That carbon copy of the lineup's a little tough to read.
Very tough, and we just got it halfway through this inning, this half inning. 2-1 the count, Bristol Swanson.
Who's batting? Okay. John Meyer.
Oh, they're coming home.
And here's a wild pitch. Throw to the plate will not be in time. It's going to be a wild pitch as Andrew Olson comes across the score.
Who's the better with John Meyer? He drew a walk, bringing in the run.
I guess it was a walk, so there will be no wild pitch. It's just an RBI walk.
And John is number 23 there on first base.
Okay. Number 23 is John Meyer, I believe.
Yep.
That's not what the lineup says, so
Well,
I guess we'll just delete that. So John Meyer draws an RBI walk to make it 1-0 for Hankinson. 0-1 the count. Now on the hitter. Number 7, I believe this is Camden Whaler.
Number 7 is up to bat.
Camden Whaler, the batter. Here's the 0-2 set and the pitch from Bristol Swanson. Breaking ball, called, strike 3. And Whaler goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Bryson Whaler will step to the plate. I think we're getting the lineup straightened away. First pitch is a ball. Bryson Whaler steps to the plate. Right-handed hitter. 1-0 the count. And the pitch outside. Bryson Whaler wears number 11. And here's a 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. And here's a 2-1 set by Bristol Swanson. Swing and a miss by Bryson Whaler. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 28 pitches thrown so far by Bristol Swanson. It's a 1-0 lead, early lead for Hankinson, and the pitch is down low and in the dirt. This could score a run. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. Damon Mount comes across the score. I believe Connor Mount up to third, Meyer up to second. And it's a 3-2 count on the batter, Bryson Whaler. 2-0 lead for Hankinson. And the pitch, called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. And that ends the inning.
Which inning are we headed into?
We're headed into the bottom of the first inning. Kindred is down by 2 runs to Hankinson. We head to the bottom of the first on yourliveevent.com.
Thank you.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball, everybody, out here in Kindred, North Dakota. Babe Ruth, Kindred Vikings, playing the second game of a doubleheader tonight against Hankinson.
Kindred Vikings will come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. They'll send Jagger Jordheim. He's leading off, playing in left field. Jaden Rude will bat second, play at second base. Batting third will be Jet Johnson. He plays in center field. Sawyer Olson bats cleanup, plays over at first base, it looks like. Cam Kittleson plays at third base, bats fifth. Isaac Johnson, I believe that's Isaac Erickson playing at shortstop. Bristol Swanson is the pitcher, batting seventh. Briar Gibbon is a catcher, batting eighth. Evan Olschlager will play out in right field and bat ninth, and it looks like we'll have an extra hitter in Anders Huseman batting 10th. And number 7, Camden Whaler, the left-handed pitcher who ended the last game on the mound. He'll be the starting pitcher in this ball game, facing Jagger Jordheim, the left fielder. Jagger's first plate appearance of the evening. He did courtesy run in the first game. Leads off playing left field. Takes ball 1. And here's a 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Jaden Rude awaits on deck. And the pitch, way upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes to the left-handed hitting Jagger Jordheim. We're in the bottom of the second inning, 2-0 lead for Hankinson. Swing and a miss by Jordheim. 3-1 the count. Vikings won the first one over Hankinson by a score of 9-0. Hankinson in this ball game took a 2-0 lead, early lead, in the top of the first. Vikings just coming to bat, and Jordheim draws a walk. It goes all the way to the screen, and Jordheim will hustle down to first base in hopes of getting to second. He draws the walk. Jaden Rude will step to the plate. He's playing at second base. Gets his first plate appearance of the season. And the pitch from Whaler, way upstairs, ball 1. Jet Johnson awaits on deck. Jordheim takes his lead. He takes off. The pitch is a ball. There will be no throw, and Jordheim easily steals second base. And the pitch, swinging a ground ball, chopped on the left side. Shortstop has it, fires across the diamond in time for the out. Nice play out at shortstop for Damon Mount. He caught the first game, and now he's at shortstop. And it's a 6-3 putout for the first out. Jordheim alertly does scamper down to third base. And that brings up Jet Johnson. First pitch to him is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. And here's the pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. To the right-handed hitter, Jet Johnson. 2-0 lead for Hankinson. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive. Base hit into center field. And the Vikings get their first run of the ball game. An RBI single for Jet Johnson. Scores Jagger Jordheim, and it's 2-1 in favor of Hankinson. Sawyer Olson will step to the plate. He's playing over at first base today. Batting cleanup. Here's a throw over to first base. Back in plenty of time is Jet Johnson. And here's the set and the delivery. Swing and a high pop fly into the infield. Whaler's calling for it. First baseman's calling for it. He'll make the catch. Johnson will get back in time safely. That's Connor Mark over at first base, making the play for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Cam Kittleson. Had 1 hit in the first game, a big 2-run triple. Here's a high pop fly into shallow center field. Actually, it's going to stay in the infield. The shortstop, Mount, calls for it and puts it away. Kittleson's out on a pitch. After 1 inning, Hankinson leads it by a score of 2-1. And Hankinson coming to bat in the top of the second inning on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back, everybody, to Babe Ruth Baseball. Game 2 is in progress of the evening.
I think I finally figured out some of the lineups as we head into the top of the second inning. Hankinson dropped 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Kindred came back with 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. And Hankinson to bat here in the top of the second inning with a lead of 2-1. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening.
Babe Ruth Baseball. Bryson Walker, Whaler ended the inning in the first. And it looks like Jacob Wallach will lead off the second inning, followed by Jacob Wilson. Here's a ground ball pounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit on the first pitch to Jacob Wallach. He singles into center field.
Number 6, right fielder Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson steps to the plate. He's the right fielder in today's ball game. Runner on first. First hit of the ball game for Hankinson. Here's a pitch, over for a strike. Jacob Wilson, the right fielder. The umpires have switched spots, so Josh Michelson will be out on the base paths now, and John Ethan will be behind the plate. Count rolls along at 1-1. Bristol Swanson on the mound for the Vikings. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 offering. Jacob Wilson at the plate. And the pitch called, strike 3. And Wilson goes down on strikes. For the first out of the inning. 3 strikeouts now for Bristol Swanson.
12, center fielder Andrew Olson.
Back to the top of the order in Andrew Olson. Olson wears number 12. And the pitch to him. Misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. The count now. Swanson throws over to first base, not in time. Olson batted in the first inning, and he got on base and was eventually forced out at the plate. Here's a bunt attempt, and it's foul up the first base line. And I just figured it out, Andrew Olson, we missed that pitch as we're getting late, getting the lineups. He was hit by a pitch. That's how he got on. He made it over to third base, but was forced out on a fielder's choice. Hankinson would eventually scratch across 2 runs. Here's a pitch. Outside, it gets away from the catcher, Briar Gibbon, all the way to the backstop, and Wallach will move up to second base on the wild pitch. 2-1 the count. Bristol Swanson on the mound for the Kindred Vikings. Runner on second, 1 out. And here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Andrew Olson, the right-handed hitter. Trusty old game changer got me the number I needed here, or the play I needed. So Olson was hit by a pitch in the first. This pitch misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count. 40 pitches thrown now by Swanson. Here's number 41, and the pitch off speed, misses up high, and he walked him. Sorry, this puts runners at first and second. And Brock Anderson steps to the plate. He walked in the first inning and came around to score. And here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 2-1 lead, top of the second inning. Hankinson with runners at first and second with 1 down. And here's a 1-0 set, and the pitch in the dirt. It's going to skip away, and runners are going to advance. Wallach down to third base. Olson up to second. And again, Hankinson threatening with runners in scoring position with only 1 out. Infield looks like they'll play back and concede the run for an out. And here's a 2-0 pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice stop by Briar Gibbon. The catcher. Count rolls along at 3-0 to Brock Anderson with Damon Mauk awaiting on deck. Here's a 3-0 set, and here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. 3 balls and a strike. Bristol Swanson with the bases loaded, throwing out of the stretch. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. To number 55, Brock Anderson. 46 pitches thrown by Bristol Swanson. And here's a pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. And they won't have a play anywhere. So Wallach will come across on the wild pitch. Olson moves down to third. So Brock Anderson actually strikes out, but he'll reach first base on the wild pitch. I guess we're having a courtesy runner here. Can't pick out the number. Number 10.
Courtesy run number 10, Zane Hentz.
Zane Hentz will courtesy run. And here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Damon Mauk. Mauk walked in the first inning and later came around to score. On that strikeout where Anderson reached first base, a run did score. Jacob Wallach came across the score to make it 3-1 in favor of Hankinson. And here's a pitch, fastball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Damon Mauk, the batter. Had a hit in the first game. No official at-bat this game, just the walk. Here's a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and third with 1 down. Connor Mauk awaits on deck. Here's a 1-2 set, and here's the pitch. Fastball down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Damon Mauk way up in the batter's box. His left foot about 6 inches away from the front line. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball. Hit him. A hit batsman, and that loads him up. As Hentz moves down to second base. Olson remains on third, and now Damon Mauk occupies first base after getting hit by the pitch, and now Nick Eggman going to make a trip to the mound. So it looks like we are going to have a pitching change, so we'll take a break for the pitching change as Bristol Swanson comes back into the dugout, and we're going to have a pitching change as Hankinson leads over Kindred by a score of 3-1 in the top of the second inning on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
And welcome back, everybody, to Babe Ruth Baseball on a beautiful night in Kindred, North Dakota.
We have ourselves a pitching change as Anders Huseman comes in to pitch. First pitch is over for a strike to the batter, Connor Mauk. For Swanson, the starting pitcher, he went an inning and a third, allowed a hit, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Next pitch by Huseman is misses for a ball. That's 1-1. Swanson's given up the 3 runs, 2 earned. He is responsible for the runners on base, and the bases are loaded. And here's the set and the pitch. Curveball misses up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Connor Mauk, the batter. He reached on to field his choice in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1, swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anders Huseman trying to minimize the damage here for Hankinson. They lead it by a score of 3-1 in the top of the second. Here's a pitch from Anders. And the pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Second out of the inning. Ironically, the 3rd strikeout of the inning. But Brock Anderson reached base on the wild pitch when he struck out. And he's at second base. Here's a pitch from Huseman. Fastball. Misses in. 1 ball and no strikes to John Meyer. Meyer walked his first time up. Here's a set by Huseman. And the pitch. Fastball. Swing and a miss. It's going to get away from Gibbon. And the run is going to try to score. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time. As number 12, Andrew Olson comes across to score to make it 4-1 in favor of Hankinson. Brock Anderson moves to third. Damon Mauk to second base. It was a swing and a miss. The count is 1-1. And here's the set and the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Four-1 lead for Hankinson. And the pitch, fastball behind the batter, Meyer. Of course, it's a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, breaking ball, misses in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. And that'll load him up. Meyer's second walk of the ball game. Loads of bases. Camden Whaler will step to the plate. He struck out looking his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Bryson Whaler is on deck. And the pitch, off speed, way up high, ball one. 4-1 lead for Hankinson, top of the second inning. And here's the 1-0 set, and here's the pitch. Fastball up. 2 balls and no strikes. And here's a 2-0, swinging a ground ball, chopped out towards third. Cam Kittleson has it, throws very high and up the right field line. That's going to score a couple of runs on the air. Brock Anderson scores. Damon Mount comes across the score. It's an E5. No RBI for Camden Whaler. John Meyer will reach third base on the air. First error of the ball game for the Vikings, and it's costly. Scores a couple of runs, and it makes it 6-1 in favor of Hankinson. And Hankinson has batted around with Bryson Whaler stepping to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike one. Bryson is 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the first. 6-1 lead for Hankinson. Fastball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jacob Wallach, who started this inning with a single, is on deck. This pitch is over for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All the runs charged to Bristol Swanson. And a swing and a miss for Bryson Whaler. He goes down on strikes for the second time in the ball game. But Hankinson does some damage in the second inning. They put up 4 runs in the top of the second inning. Kindred Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning, trailing 6-1 to Hankinson on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Welcome back, everybody, to Babe Ruth Baseball in Kindred. Tonight, we are just getting underway of Game 2 in tonight's doubleheader.
Kindred Vikings find themselves down by a score of 6-1 in the bottom of the second inning. They'll send to the plate their 6, 7, 8 hitters, Isaac Erickson, Bristol Swanson, and Briar Gibbon. The Kindred Vikings are batting 10 batters in this ball game. Anders Huseman started the game as the extra hitter, but he's now in the game to pitch, and Bristol Swanson will take up that spot as the extra hitter in the lineup. Isaac Erickson steps to the plate. He's playing at shortstop in tonight's ball game, facing the left-handed pitcher, Camden Whaler. The lefty kicks and fires. Ball 1, down low. Working out some kinks in our first broadcast of the season.
Yeah, next one, I believe, on Thursday when Legion B takes on Post 400, I believe.
Yeah, so B Legion on Thursday, as Wendy said. That'll be handled by Josh Olmeris and Nick Eggman. They'll broadcast that ball game. Then Wendy and I will be back for A Legion on Friday night. Here's a little base hit out in the left field. Leadoff single for Isaac Erickson. Drops a single into left field.
And all these technical issues, the team at your live event is on that, and that'll all be fixed up for us. Get all the kinks out in a new season.
Very happy for the service. Love to bring you these baseball games. Here's a pitch to Bristol Swanson. Takes up high, ball 1. 6 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Hankinson Kindred Vikings. 1 run, 2 hits, and an error. Pitch is a strike. Erickson was off on the pitch, and he'll steal second base without a throw. 1-1 the count to the right-handed hitter, Bristol Swanson. Swinging a line drive down for a hit, and read well by Erickson. He'll advance to third base. Bristol Swanson ropes a base hit into left field. You'd like to see that for Bristol. Bristol gave up some runs in that last inning, but he gets to remain in the game and promptly lines a base hit into left field. 3 hits now for Kindred, and the pitch is way up high, and Swanson's going to steal second base. On the pitch, and just like that, the Kindred Vikings have runners in scoring position with nobody out. Briar Gibbon the batter, and the pitch is outside. Gibbon DH'd in the first game, was 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. And here's a 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss by number 20, Briar Gibbon. 2-1 the count. I like to see that. Gibbon took a big old hack at that 2-0 pitch. Here's a 2-1. That one is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind has died down. In that first game, the wind was kind of howling a little bit. The wind has died down. It's turned into a beautiful evening. And here's a 2-2 set, and the pitch swinging a high pop fly in the infield. Mauk over at first base in foul territory will make the catch. Connor Mauk with the catch in foul territory for the first out. That'll bring up Evan Olschlager. Olschlager pitched a great game. He was our player of the game in that first game. Here's a ground ball out towards shortstop. That'll get a run home. Throw over to first base will not be in time, I believe. I believe he was called safe, correct? Yes, so that'll be an infield single for Evan Olschlager on his first plate appearance of the ball game. And that'll score Isaac Erickson. And Bristol Swanson moves up to third base. So it's 6-2 now. Here's a high pop fly as Anders Huseman skies one to the shortstop, who makes a catch. Olschlager was stealing on the pitch, so he has to sprint back into first base. Second out of the inning recorded as Wallach makes a play out at short. 6-2 lead now for Hankinson. Here's a pitch from Whaler. To Jagger Jortheim. He walked in the first and scored a run. He also stole a base in that inning.
And Evan did make it down to second this time.
On the steal, so it's a 1-0 pitch. Way up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Almost gets away from the catcher. Olschlager on second base through a 67-pitch shutout in the first game. Swing and a miss by Jagger. This might score a run. There might be a play at the plate, and there won't be. Throw gets up the line. It'll be a wild pitch as Bristol Swanson comes across the score. Olschlager moves up to third base on that same wild pitch. Cuts the lead down to 6-3 for Hankinson now. And here's a pitch to Jortheim in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. These robins that are flying in front of me, I think it's a baseball every single time, and it's making me flinch.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera's picking them up or not because they're pretty close to the dugout here, but
Swing and a miss for Jortheim. He goes down on strikes, but the Kindred Vikings do come up with a couple of runs in the bottom of the second inning, and Hankinson leads it by a score of 6-3 on yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball.
Hankinson leads it by a score of 6-3. We head to the bottom of the, or top half of the third inning. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Hankinson. It'll be Jacob Wallach, followed by Jacob Wilson, and then Andrew Olson. Hankinson scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second. Kindred scored 1 in the first and 2 in the second inning. 6-3 lead. 6 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Hankinson. Kindred Vikings, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Anders Huseman on to pitch. That'll end the line for Bristol Swanson. It looks like this. He threw an inning and a third, 1 hit allowed, 6 runs, but only 2 earned. Walked 4, struck out 4. And Anders Huseman on to pitch. And the first pitch of the inning is a ball inside to Jacob Wallach. He singled and scored a run in the second inning. He led off that 4-run second inning. Now here's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 20 pitches thrown by Anders Huseman. And here's a pitch. That one's down low. 3 balls and no strikes. And here's a 3-0 set as the ball's finally picked up behind home plate. And here's a 3-0 off-speed pitch. Misses way up high. And Jacob Wallach is on first base after drawing a walk. And Jacob Wilson will step to the plate. He's a right fielder. He struck out looking his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And here's a pitch. Off speed, misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. And here's a 1-0 fastball. Swing and a miss by Wilson. Here's a set in the delivery by Huseman. Off speed, away, throw down to second base will not be in time as Wallach steals second. 2-1 the count to Jacob Wilson. And that pitch is over for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a 2-2 set. And the delivery. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And Wilson goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the order.
Anders tried to pick him off at second to no avail.
1 down. Back to the top of the order, and Andrew Olson. He was hit by a pitch and walked. He scored 1 run. That was in the second. Takes the first pitch over for a strike. And here's a pitch way up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anders Huseman. Where's number 1? The righty kicks and fires a fastball in the batter's box, and that'll skip away from Briar Gibbon and advance the runner down to third on the wild pitch. Huseman trying to strand the runner at third. Hankinson trying to get him across. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses down. 3 balls and a strike. 31 pitches thrown by Anders, with Brock Anderson awaiting on deck. And here's a 3-1 set and the delivery. Fastball misses away. You walked him. Olson now with no official at-bat. He was hit by a pitch and now walked twice. And that brings up Brock Anderson. He walked and struck out. So he's 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored. Scored in the first, scored in the second. And here's a pitch from number 1, Anders Huseman. Fastball up high. 1-0 the count. Anderson stayed put on first base. And here's the 1-0 set. And here's a pitch. Fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Damon Malka waits on deck. And here's the 2-0 set, and the pitch is in the dirt. Skips away from Gibbon. That will allow Olson to go down to second base on the wild pitch. 3-0 the count to Brock Anderson. And here's the 3-0 set by Anders Huseman. And the pitch. Pop foul down the right field line. It'll land foul for strike 1. 3-1 the count. Number 55, Brock Anderson at the plate. And here's a 3-1 set by Anders Huseman. He looks in, fires a fastball, swing and a miss by Brock Anderson. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 3-2 delivery from Anders Huseman. Fastball called, strike 3. And Anderson goes down looking for out number 2. 3 strikeouts now for Anders Huseman. Damon Malk steps to the plate. No official at-bat for him either. He walked and scored a run in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second. Throw over to third base. Back in plenty of time is Jacob Wallach. Wallach walked to lead off this third inning. And he's been over at third base a very long time. Here's a swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Damon Mount. Connor Mount waits on deck. Here's the 0-1 set and the pitch. Fastball, swing and a foul to the backstop. No balls and 2 strikes. 40 pitches thrown now by Anders Huseman. We're in the top of the third inning. Here's a pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So a leadoff walk followed by a one-out walk. But Hankinson comes up empty in the top of the third inning, and we head to the bottom of the third inning with Hankinson leading by a score of 6-3 on yourliveevent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back, everybody, to Babe Ruth Baseball.
Kindred Vikings come to bat. They'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters facing the left-handed pitcher, Camden Whaler, for Hankinson. Hankinson leads this one by a score of 6-3.
Stick around for after the game. We will have the Enbridge player of the game, the HTC connection of the game, and the Agassi Precision Ag precision play of the game.
It'll be Jaden Rude, Jet Johnson, and Sawyer Olson to bat against the lefty. Jaden Rude is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. Camden Whaler, the left-handed pitcher, rocks and fires. Swing and a foul at the plate, strike one.
Jaden's also a wrestler for Kindred Vikings when it's not baseball season.
I get the feeling that he might wrestle pretty much all season long.
Yeah.
Here's a ground ball on the right side. Second baseman has it, bobbles it for a moment, throws to first base, not going to be in time. And Jaden Rude will reach on the air by the second baseman. And the Vikings have something brewing here with a runner on first and nobody out. And that brings up Jet Johnson. Jet limed an RBI single into center field back in the first. That scored the first run for the Vikings. Here's a throw over to first base. It's not going to be in time as Jaden Rude gets back. And here's a pitch from Whaler. It's way up high. Ball one. To the batter, Jet Johnson. Sawyer Olson awaits on deck. And here's a pitch from Whaler, swinging a foul ball over the press box. Strike one.
I don't think it made it over. I think it hit the top.
Above us, anyway. Didn't come into the press box and maim any one of us, so that's good. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. This could be trouble if it's fair. It is fair, and it's down for a hit. Rude's going to round second. He'll make it into third, and Johnson has himself a stand-up double down the right field line, his second hit of the ball game.
Double down the right field line. Rude ends up on third. Your batter's down number 44, first baseman Sawyer Olson.
Rude played that okay. He wasn't sure if the right fielder was going to get there, and he didn't want to get doubled up at first base, so he went about a third of the way down there, and he's able to make it into third base on the stand-up double for Jet Johnson. And that brings up Sawyer Olson. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to the first baseman his first time up. Takes ball one. And here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Olson. Cam Kittleson awaits on deck. Vikings down by a score of 6-3, bottom of the third inning. And here's a pitch. Swing and a foul. Vikings won the first game, a counter game, in the Midcast League by a score of 9-0. Evan Olschlager picks up the win. Pitches a complete game shutout. This game, the second game of this doubleheader, is a 5-inning affair. And here's a 1-2 pitch way upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The second game of these doubleheaders are non-counters, but it gives the coaches a chance to get some players in and get some at-bats, get some reps, get some innings pitched. Here's a 2-2 pitch way up high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sawyer Olson, big, tall, right-handed hitter. And the pitch, swing and a line drive out towards center field, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder. I believe that's Andrew Olson out there. Yes. And it's going to be a sacrifice fly for Sawyer Olson. And a run batted in. First out of the inning recorded. as Jaden Rude comes across the score. That run will be unearned because Jaden reached on that error. Jet Johnson remained at second base, and here's a pitch to Cam Kittleson that hit him. So Kittleson is hit by the pitch. Jet Johnson was stealing on the pitch, but he'll have to go back to second base because it is a dead ball. Cuts the lead down to 6-4 in favor of Hankinson. A sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Sawyer Olson. Cam Kittleson on the next pitch is hit. Puts runners at first and second with one down, and that brings up Isaac Erickson. And the pitch, runner goes. Here's a blooper down the left field line. It's going to drift foul. Jet Johnson, last couple of pitches, has had a really good jump. But on the first time he tried, Cam Kittleson was hit by the pitch, and on this one, it's a foul ball down the left field line. No balls and a strike. Bristol Swanson awaits on deck. Isaac's 1 for 1 with that single and a run scored that occurred in the second inning. Now the runners go on this pitch. It misses for a ball, and both runners advance on stolen bases. Jet steals third base. Cam Kittleson steals second. Here's a drive down the right field line. It's going to get past the right fielder and into the corner. It's going to score a couple of runs and tie this ball game.
Oh, he's still going to third.
As Isaac scampers across second base and into third base with a 2-run triple. Ties this ball game up. Man, Jet Johnson scores. Cam Kittleson scores. It's 6-6. Big 2-run triple in both games. The Kindred Vikings come up with 2-run triples. Cam Kittleson had the first one. Here's the first pitch to Bristol Swanson. It's up high, ball 1. Bristol Swanson laced a single to left field his first time up, stole a base and scored a run, so he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Tie ball game. Bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Out towards short. Wallach has it measured. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 down. And that brings up Briar Gibbon. Gibbon is 0 for 1. He fouled out to the first baseman his first time up. For Hankinson, they have 6 runs, 1 hit, 1 error. For the Kindred Vikings, 6 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And the pitch high, pop fly, shallow center field. This could be trouble, but Wallach goes out there and makes a nice running catch to end the inning. 2 pop-outs in a row to the shortstop. Ends the inning for the Vikings, but they do some damage, come up with 3 runs and tie this ball game up at 6. We head to the top of the 4th on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the RJ Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Babe Ruth baseball in Kindred this evening.
Hankinson will send their 4, 5, and 6 hitters up in the top of the 4th inning. Anders Huseman still on the mound for the Kindred Vikings. Vikings come up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning to tie this ball game up at 6 apiece. It'll be Connor Mauk, John Meyer, and Camden Whaler to bat for Hankinson, as Anders Huseman finishes up his warm-up tosses. Big 2-run triple by Isaac Erickson in the bottom of the 3rd inning ties this ball game up at 6 apiece, and big hit when the Vikings needed it the most. Vikings found themselves down by a score of 6-1 at one point, but they scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the second, and then that 3-run spot in the bottom of the third. Connor Mauck steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. John Meyer and Camden Whaler to bat this inning. Anders Huseman throws out of the stretch full time. Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball misses behind Mauck. Ball 1. Again, more broadcasts this week. We have a lot of baseball. Kindred B Legion will be coming up Thursday night and A Legion on Friday night. Cover those games on yourliveevent.com. 1-0 the count to the right-handed hitting Connor Mauck. And the 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And here's a 2-0 set by Huseman. Breaking ball. Misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And here's the 3-0 set. Swing and a miss by Mauck. 3 balls and a strike. Huseman trying to get this leadoff hitter out after his team tied it up. And here's the 3-1 set and the pitch. Fastball laced out towards left field. Nice try by the shortstop, Erickson. But it's going to fall down for a base hit for Mauck. Erickson gave chase and almost came up with a nice backhanded play, but it found some green for Mauck, and Connor Mauck is 1 for 3 now. He's on at first base. Second hit of the ball game for Hankinson. Here's the pitch, way up high, ball 1. This is John Meyer. He's walked twice. Stranded at second in the first and stranded at third in the second. And the pitch, fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And here's the set, and the 2-0 is down low, and it gets past the catcher Gibbon. I think that one was a pass ball. Yeah, it was a pass ball on the catcher Gibbon. So here's the 3-0 pitch. Outside, and John Myers walked for the 3rd time. Puts runners at first and second. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is catching. Briar Gibbon moved out to right field. Yeah, this is a different batter. This is not Camden Whaler. Jacob Wilson. Is that number? I don't know who's batting. Joey Prochnow?
Is that a 51?
Yeah, Joey Prochnow is batting.
It's hard to see that number.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitter. Here's a 2-2 set and the pitch. Fastball gets away. It's a wild pitch. That'll move runners into scoring position as Mauck gets into third and John Meyer to second on the wild pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes a count. And here's a pitch. And it misses. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded.
That was behind him again, wasn't it, I think?
And Nick Eggman will come out to talk to his pitcher, and we will have a pitching change. So we'll take a break and tell you all about it when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball, where we are in the second game of a doubleheader this evening.
Well, now that's a pitching change. We missed it on the broadcast, but Cam Kittleson, the new pitcher, throws one pitch to the batter, Bryson Whaler, and he hits a ground ball back to the pitcher, Kittleson. He throws home to get the first out. And then a throw down by Jet Johnson over to first base. And we get ourselves a 1-2-3 double play for the first two outs of the inning. And we're still tied at 6 apiece. So, wow, what a double play. Swinging a drive out to left. And Jagger Jordheim backs up slightly and makes the catch. And Cam Kittleson pitches out of it on 2 pitches. He gets a double play. He gets 3 outs on 2 pitches. And we remain tied at 6 apiece, and we head to the bottom of the 4th on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back here in Kindred with some Babe Ruth baseball this evening.
We'll have ourselves a new pitcher for Hankinson as Jacob Wallach comes into pitch. Right-handed pitcher. The starting pitcher, number 7, Camden Whaler. He goes 3 innings, allows 6 hits, 6 runs allowed, 5 earned, walked 1, struck out 1. And he'll give way to the right-hander, Jacob Wallach. And how about that job by Cam Kittleson? Comes in with the bases loaded, nobody out. Throws one pitch, gets a 1-2-3 double play. The next pitch is a fly out to left field. Jager Jordheim puts it away. And on 2 pitches, Cam Kittleson records 3 outs to pitch out of the jam and give the Kindred Vikings a chance to take the lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jacob Wallach taking his warm-up pitches. He'll face the 9, 10, and 1 hitters in the bottom of the inning here. I believe Westby came in for Anders Huseman when he exited the ball game. That does end the line for Anders Huseman. Anders goes an inning and 2/3, allows 1 hit, no runs allowed, walks 5, strikes out 5. And of course, Kittleson gets that 1 inning of work, throws 2 pitches, and gets 3 outs. So Wallach taking his warm-up pitches. He'll face Evan Olschlager. He's having a day. That 2-hit shutout in the first game. And in this game, in his 1 at-bat for the night, he's gotten an RBI single and he stole a base. Was eventually stranded at third, that back in the 2nd inning.
And we'll just remind everybody to stick around right after the game. We are going to come up with the Enbridge player of the game, the HTC connection of the game, and the Agassi Precision Egg precision play of the game.
Here's Evan Olschlager. Swing and a miss from the first offering from Wallach, and it's 0-1 the count. 6 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Hankinson. Kindred Vikings, 6 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. This pitch is behind Evan. 1 ball and 1 strike. This game a 5-inning ball game. Here's a 1-1 pitch, swing and a high fly ball into center field. Andrew Olson's out there, he puts it away for out number 1. I believe this is that Huseman batting or Beckett Westby?
If it should be Anders, it's not.
Yeah.
that would be
Beckett.
Beckett. Yes, that is Beckett.
Yeah, Anders Huseman came out of the game as the pitcher, and then Westby came in to play third base for Cam Kittleson, who came in to pitch. So this is Beckett Westby. Swing and a miss by Westby. Down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Westby getting his first at-bat of the game. He did go 1 for 3 in the first game with an RBI single. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Down the first base line, it's going to land foul by about 5-6 feet. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
I couldn't quite get the camera over there to show everybody.
No balls and 2 strikes to Beckett Westby. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Back out of play, no balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2. Swing and a ground ball, trickles foul up the third baseline. Beckett Westby will do it again with an 0-2 count. Top of the order in Jager Jordheim on deck. No balls and 2 strikes to count. New pitcher, Jacob Wallach. Where's number 1's been playing shortstop all night. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a 1-2 set. And the pitch, swing and a pop fly foul Back behind home plate, the catcher gives a chase, but it'll hit the screen back there. And the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a 1-2 delivery. Swing and a drive out towards left center. And that's going to be down for a hit. The center fielder, Andrew Olson, tried to sell it like he caught the ball, but it was, he put his glove up like he caught the ball, but the umpires were not fooled at all, and they're kind of chuckling about it. But it's down for a base hit for Beckett Westby. A 1-out single. And that brings us to the top of the order. Jager Jordheim steps up. He's walked and scored a run. That was in the first, and he struck out to end the second. Trying to take the lead are the Kindred Vikings. Ball 1 to Jager Jordheim. And here's a pitch. Misses. Ball 2. Westby does steal second base on the pitch. Easily, no throw. Two balls and no strikes to the left-handed hitting Jager Jordheim. Throw down to second base. Won't be in time. In fact, it skips away into center field, and Westby's going to get down to third base on the air. Kind of a dangerous throw with the go-ahead and potential winning run on second base. And they move him up to third base on the air. Be an error on the pitcher, Wallach. And now here's a pitch to Jordheim, and he swings and fouls it off. 2 balls and a strike. And here's a 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You know, Jager Jordheim wants to get this go-ahead run home. Here's the 2-2 set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. They'll have to throw. There's nobody covering home, so Westby's going to score easily. Jordheim is put out at first base, so it's a 2-3 put out on the strikeout. Second out of the inning is recorded, but the Vikings take a lead, and they find themselves up for the first time in this ball game by a score of 7-6, bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Jaden Rude. He's grounded out in the first, and he reached on an error in the third, but he came around to score. So 0 for 2 with a run scored. And here's a pitch from Wallach, down low. Misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count. Jaden Rude, the right-handed hitter. Where's number 17? Here's a pitch. Misses badly down in the dirt, about 5 feet in front of the plate. 3 balls and no strikes. So the Vikings have their first lead of this ball game after winning 9-0 in the first game. Pitch is over for a strike. 3-1 the count to Jaden Rude. Jet Johnson awaits on deck. And here's a pitch way up high, and Jaden Rude draws a walk.
Now I'm hearing the dugout a little bit more. They're starting to come alive down there below us.
That'll bring up Jet Johnson. He came in to catch last inning. So we thought it was Breyer Gibbon back there, but it was Jet Johnson doing the catching. Jet has 2 hits in this ball game, an RBI single in the first and a double in the third. came around to score that inning. So 2 for 2 with a run scored and a run batted in. Added a stolen base. And here's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Jet Johnson. 1-1 the count. 6 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for Hankinson. And here's a pitch. In there for a strike. 1-2 the count. 7 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Kindred Vikings. Jet Johnson trying to extend this inning. Mr. Wallach trying to end this inning. And here's a pitch. Here's a ground ball over on the right side. Fielded by the second baseman. Throw to first. Not nearly in time. It's going to be an infield single for Jet Johnson, his 3rd hit of the ball game. That puts runners at first and second. Brings up Sawyer Olson. He popped up to the first baseman in the first inning, then hit a line drive out to center field. Fortunately for him, there was a runner on third, and he scored. So it was a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. So he's 0 for 1 officially with that run batted in. Here's a pitch to him, ball 1. Runners at first and second. Kindred Vikings just took the lead in this 5-inning ball game by a score of 7-6. Here's a pitch. Swinging a pop-up down the first base line. This could be trouble, but it drifts foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8 hits now for the Vikings. Cam Kittleson awaits on deck. One ball and 1 strike to the cleanup hitter, Sawyer Olson. And here's a pitch, swinging a high fly ball into left field. And the left fielder drifts back and makes a catch and ends the inning. But the Vikings come up with a huge run in the bottom of the 4th inning and take a 7-6 lead. And Hankinson coming to bat in the top of the 5th in their last hopes to keep this game extended and try to get to the bottom of the 5th inning on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back to Babe Ruth Baseball this evening.
Kindred Vikings trying to close this one out and sweep a doubleheader. They took the lead in the bottom of the 4th inning and lead it by a score of 7-6. Hankinson scored 2 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second. For the Vikings, 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the second, 3 in the third, and 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cam Kittleson came on with the bases loaded and nobody out, threw 1 pitch, got a double play. A pitcher to catcher to first base, 1-2-3 double play. Put runners on second and third. The next pitch was popped up in the left field, and that ended the inning. And that's where we're at now after the Vikings scored that 1 run in the bottom of the 7th. Kittleson is on again. He'll face a 9 1-2 hitters. Jacob Wilson steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He struck out a couple of times, once looking, once swinging. Here's a pitch, off speed, swinging a little blooper out towards the shortstop. Fielded, throw over to first base in time. Now Cam Kittleson has gotten 4 outs on 3 pitches. That's incredible. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. He got the double play on one pitch, then a fly out to left to end that fourth inning. And the first pitch, wow, they took a pitch and took a strike. This is Andrew Olson. I think he's very aware of what's going on here. Now Olson has reached all 3 times he's come to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the first, walked in the second, scored a run, and walked in the third. Here's a little looper out towards right field. Jaden Root is there. He makes a catch. 5 pitches, 5 outs for Cam Kittleson, and there's 2 down, and Hankinson is down to their last out. This is Brock Anderson. He walked and scored a run in the first, struck out but reached first base on a wild pitch, scored a run in the second, struck out looking in the third. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. I thought we might have a chance there for the 6 outs on 6 pitches. But Brock Anderson swings and misses. So it's an 0-1 count. Damon Mauck awaits on deck in hopes that Brock Anderson reaches. Next pitch is a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. The first ball thrown by Cam Kittleson. And here's a pitch. Way up high. 2 balls and a strike. 7-6 lead for the Kindred Vikings, trying to close out and sweep this doubleheader against Hankinson. And here's a 2-1. It misses up. 3 balls and a strike. Anderson trying to get that tying run aboard. Nobody wants to make the last out, so Anderson's got a battle, and he walked him. Cam Kittleson with the ball, and Brock Anderson draws a walk. The shortstop, Damon Mauck, steps to the plate. He walked and scored a run in the first, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second, struck out in the third. 7-6 lead for the Vikings. 2 outs, runner on first base. And here's the set, here's the pitch, swing and a miss. This is not Damon Mauck. This is another number 11. They have 3 of them. I believe this is Isaiah Hentz. And here's a pitch. It's a wild pitch. And Anderson will get down to second base.
It hit that turf a few feet in front of the home plate.
So the pitch misses for a ball. It's a 1-1 count. I believe this is Isaiah Hentz, the batter. The pitch is a ball. 2-1 the count. It is not Damon Mauck. And here's a 2-1 pitch. Misses for a ball, and it's going to skip away. And the tying run is now on third base in Brock Anderson, and a 3-1 count to the batter. Three and 1 the count. Here's a pitch from Kittleson. In there for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, tying run at third base. Safe to say this is a pretty big pitch coming up. And here it is. Ball up high, he walked him. So now the go-ahead run is on base for Hankinson. This is not Connor Mauck batting. First pitch to this batter is in there for a strike. I didn't catch the number. No, I think the last batter that walked was Cannon Falk. That's Cannon Falk over at first base. So he drew the walk. Now this number 11 is Isaiah Hentz. Here's a ground ball foul. So this is Isaiah Hintz, the batter, trying to extend this ball game and get this game tied, or better yet, for Hankinson to lead. Here's a pitch in there for a strike, called strike three, and this ball game is over. The Kindred Vikings win it by a score of 7-6 after being down at one point by a score of 6-1. The Kindred Vikings drop a couple of runs on Hankinson and come back and win it after a go-ahead lead in the bottom of the fourth inning, and they win this one by a score of 7-6. We'll come back after this on your live event with the recap of the ball game.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
And welcome back. That wraps up an evening of Babe Ruth baseball here at the Kindred Field. And we now have the Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities.
We're going to go with Cam Kittleson as a player of the game. He comes in and throws 2 innings of work and gets the win. He walks 2, strikes out 1. But more importantly, he got at one point he got 5 outs on 5 pitches. Worked out of a bases loaded jam. We'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But Cam Kittleson, our Enbridge player of the game with 2 innings of work on the mound. He went over 1 at the plate but did score a run. And so Cam Kittleson, our Enbridge player of the game.
And then discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com.
Our play of the game.
Connection of the game.
I'm sorry. Connection of the game goes to Isaac Erickson with the score 6-4. Kindred Vikings down by 2 runs. Isaac Erickson rips a triple down the right field line, scores 2 runs, and ties up the ball game.
And then for our last one, the Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planter.doc.com. So for your precision play of the game, it was kind of a team effort.
Absolutely. Cam Kittleson came on, and with the bases loaded and the go-ahead run at third base, he throws 1 pitch, gets a ground ball back to him. He throws it to his catcher, Jet Johnson, who fires down to first base to complete the 1-2-3 double play, and that's our play of the game.
Yeah, so a lot of more baseball coming this week. Don't forget to come back to yourliveevent.com for Thursday night baseball, Legion B, and Friday night, Legion A. So a lot more baseball this week. We're just getting started, folks, hoping to work out all the kinks and have some good baseball to bring you on yourliveevent.com this summer.
Absolutely. Kindred Vikings sweep this doubleheader against Hankinson. They win the first one by a score of 9-0, win the second game by a score of 7-6. And that'll do it for us. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier, and this has been our broadcast on yourliveevent.com.